With one of the finest minds in the game, Dan Hardy. This must be a really interesting one for you. This is, for people who love the sport, this main event. I can't call it personally, it's just razor tight because they kind of cancel each other out. Do you see it like that?
I see them bringing as much to the table as each other, definitely. I think it's very evenly matched. I think they're very different. I think with Masvidal, you've got someone that's very confident in what he does, not in a particular rush, will quite happily let the fight breathe a little bit so he can read Nate and look to out-technique him as the fight goes on. Whereas Nate kind of starts with that hard-headed, I'm going to wear you down with my face and with my pace, and then force the mistakes out of you with fatigue. Which one's going to play off? Does Masvidal have the time to find his way into the fight against Nate, or does Nate have the effect that he wants with his condition and his pace? And I think it's both, both very competitive. I always go towards the more technical fighter. I'm leaning slightly more towards Masvidal at the moment, but pace can break people, as we've seen.
Are you interested by the fact that both of them have blown up in such a way? Because they've been around for ages. You were fighting when they were fighting. They were fighting lower down on the card. Then all of a sudden, in their mid-30s, they're these superstars.
Yeah, and I think that's. It's partly down to them as individuals. They're very unique individuals anyway. I think they're both peaking at the right time. Masvidal's got all of this experience in his background. He's moved gyms, he's moved weight classes. I just think everything's fell into place right now for Masvidal, and obviously Nate, off the back of the Conor McGregor train, has made a huge name for himself, and their personalities at the moment are what's really pulling people towards them. I think a lot of people in this reality TV age feel like they're being lied to a lot of the time by the celebrities, and I think with these two you get exactly who they are. They're real individuals, and I think with it being combat sports, it's one of the most honest things you could do. And what we're going to do is find out the most honest, the most real out of the two of them. And it's a fascinating one because and it's also nice that these guys are allowed to peak later in their career. You're not looking at guys that are like 26, 27, and they pick up their first loss, and everyone's like, oh well, that's it, their career's over. Mixed martial arts is not like that, and I think as the sport grows, we're realising that guys can peak later. We're getting guys into their 40s in the heavyweight division now, having lots of success, and that tells me that there's a lot more down to the psychology of the sport is based on your success.